Hey guys, so we are in day two of our Merrymart IPO watch, and Merrymart did not disappoint. All of the talk that there might be a chance that it may look like Double Dragon, we're seeing things unfold. So as you all know, yesterday we saw Merrymart move from 1 peso to 1.5, hitting the ceiling. And for those who have not watched that, it's just a video prior to this. But I mentioned that the ceiling is 50% above. So right now, from 1.5, the next possible ceiling is 2.25. And that's what Mary Mart hit for the day. And that's what was the narrative for its push and its movement for today. And I want to discuss a couple of things based on the data, based on what we're seeing from how people have bought and sold it. Then we're also going to look at the charts in this video. But above and beyond that, I just have some reminders also to all of you as we start to continually see Mary Mart play out in the Philippine stock market. Because uh, please remember this, for those who are coming in also over the next few days, you have to temper everything based on your style and based on how you want to make the trade. And it's exciting, and I got a lot of messages from a lot of people who entered. Either they bought shares prior to the IPO to subscribe, or some that bought yesterday who are earning money. Congratulations to all of you, and that's what makes me happy. I just really want to see more and more of you guys taking part of the markets, earning and making money, because at the end of the day, that's what the market is all about. That's what investing is all about. It's all about you building assets, and those assets will help you grow money to help you reach whatever financial goals you have. And to see people who benefited from the learnings that we have or had in this channel, it's just amazing. So I may not be able to reply to all of your messages, but as for those who sent comments in the comment section of our YouTube channel, thank you so much. And I'll keep on posting, I'll keep on making videos like this to be able to help you. And by the way, for those who are new, my name is Marvin Germo. I'm a stock market trader and investor, and I make videos like this: individual stocks, macro sectors, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, everything that will relate to investing in the stock market. I create daily videos on this. So if you're new to my channel, appreciate it if you can subscribe and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing and the stock market. So you get to be part of this growing family community of Filipinos reaching for their goals of financial freedom. Now, let's get into the thick of all the action. As what I did yesterday, I created a presentation to all of you, and as you've seen, no, I've been mixing it up with vlog type format, podcast type format, webinar type format. I hope that you guys get as much value from this as possible, because I'm trying to find as much ways for you to be able to learn. I'm trying to find as much ways for you to be able to get as much out of this as possible. So Mary Mart hit 2.25 pesos per share today, but I just want to caution you, let this be a word of caution from someone who's been investing for more than a decade now. Please remember, things like this happening. It's normal. And I'm not saying that it's normal that you would see a stock move up 50% on a daily basis, but you would see this from time to time, that there would be a stock fresh off an IPO that would move up, or you would see a stock fresh off a disclosure to move up. And whenever things like this happen, people get so excited. People get so excited based on the price action. And just a word of caution, I want to zero in on number one, please do not chase stock prices. Do not try to, because you saw it, whoa, it started from 1 peso, now it's 2.25 pesos per share. I, there's a big chance that it won't fall. Don't do that. That's one of the best ways for you to lose money. Do not chase stock prices. Please remember, there will come a point in time where all of those who bought earlier will also want to sell and take profits. And for those who know about technical analysis, or at least attended our technical analysis sessions, you know that it's all about supply and demand. When people take profit or no one wants to at least buy it at a higher price, you see stocks fall down. So, why am I saying this? There's always this feeling na pag hindi ka nakabili, gusto mo the next time, you, it's now your time to buy, thinking that what happened in the past few days will happen again and it will replicate itself. Please do know that's one of the best ways for you to lose money, because if you think that this is your once in a lifetime opportunity to make money, then you got it all wrong. If you think that this is your once in a lifetime opportunity to make a winning trade, then you got it all wrong, because you will always have a shot, you will always have a chance later on to make money. So please let this be a word of caution from experience that do not chase stock prices, because you will have your opportunity also later on. It may not be this stock, it may be another stock, or it might be this stock again when it starts to go down. Because there's one thing that I do know: all stocks will always correct. All stocks will have a time where there will be massive selling. All stocks will have a time where it becomes bearish. So please, 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 I implore you, do not chase stock prices. Do not buy it because you think it will never go down. Because when everyone thinks it will never go down, that's when it starts to go down. When everyone becomes so bullish, when everyone becomes so optimistic, that's when it starts to go down. And I want to submit this, please. Do not buy just because your friends bought or your friend bought. It's time that we stop buying out of Rico recommendations. Don't buy based on recommendations. Don't buy because other people would say it. Don't buy just because it's a post in Facebook. Don't buy just because you see it off Twitter. You have to take responsibility. It's your money. It's your responsibility. Not because you saw a friend start to buy MM and they start to make money and they start to double their earnings, that you're gonna buy it also just because they did. You have to take responsibility, because if you buy it just because they bought it and then when they start to take profits and they start to sell, you'll be mad at them, you'll blame them, and because you're gonna say that, oh, but bumagsak yan, sabi mo bilhin. Don't do that. It's your responsibility. The reason why you're investing in the market is it's time that you have to be accountable for your actions. No one is forcing you to press that buy button. And I highly implore you, just because your friends would buy it, don't buy. There has to be a deeper understanding. There has to be a deeper reason on why you are buying it. And that's why I've been spending a lot of time talking about technicals and fundamentals, because those are the parameters that will tell you on how you're supposed to buy and sell a stock. And if you're just after recos, it means that you want to buy a stock pero ayaw mo paghirapan. You want to make money from the market na ayaw mo paghirapan. And let me tell you the honest truth. Anything that's worthwhile is something that you work hard for. Anything that will bring you wealth is something that you work hard for. Anything that will make money for you over the long term is something that you have to toil. Is something that you have to build the skills for. Because if you're just thinking that this is just a get rich quick scheme, you're thinking that this is something that, hey, I put money here and then it's gonna magically work hard for me. Then you got the market all wrong. That's why people say that the market is that it's easy to lose money in the market, because you have to remember this: not everyone's willing to take the time to learn, and not everyone's willing to take the time to understand what it really is. Not everyone's willing to take the time to build the skills necessary, and that's the reason why a lot of people don't make money off of it, because not a lot of people are willing to go the extra mile. Not a lot of people are willing to work and study in the wee hours of the night or in early morning just to know what they have to do for the trade. So if you think that you're gonna make money just because your friend bought it, that's the easy way out, and that's not something that's sustainable, and that's something that doesn't make you build skills. So again, don't chase stock prices. Do not just buy because your friend bought. Then, for those who own the stocks already, I'll tell you this: one of my biggest mistakes is in a lot of the trades is I always sell too early, and it's please remember, you will make mistakes that you buy, that you will have to cut loss and you will have to make a loss out of that. But for me, a lot of the things that I regret is me buying and selling it too fast only to see it go up. And that's why trend following is so important, and that's why following price action plotted into charts is also so important, so that you do not sell out of your emotion. If you are up right now 50%, if you are up right now 75%, 100%, 25%, 40%, if you bought at the IPO, you're massively up for sure. But if you're selling just because kinakabahan ka, nabababa siya, of course we don't know what will happen, and there's a big chance also that it will go down. But if you're just selling out of the fear of it going down, then you got it all wrong. Also, you're gonna make money for sure if you sell, but if your goal is just to make money and sell, then the next time you see this happen again, you're just gonna panic again and sell. It fails to build your strategy. And if there's one thing that I'll hammer over and over, is that you have to follow a plan. You have to follow a strategy. I'd rather earn less following my plan. I'd rather earn less following my strategy, because if I earn less following my plan and my strategy for the next few trades, I have a template that I can do. I have a template that I can repeat. I have a template that I can do over and over and over and over again. But if I just sell out of emotion, if I just sell out of the fear that baka bumagsak siya, then you got something wrong. You have something that you're shortchanging yourself. If you just sell just because you want to sell, then you will miss out on possible opportunities. And I'm saying this not knowing. I don't know where the stock will go. I don't know if it's gonna go higher again tomorrow. But there's one thing that I do know. I won't sell just out of the fear that it might go down lower. I'm not gonna sell also just out of the fear that baka hindi na siya umakyat ulit. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna sell. That's why I've been hammering this in all of the videos when my parameters have told me, either via fundamentals or technicals or whatever preset that I've made via portfolio management, that's when I'll sell. Because the strength to all of this is you doing everything out of your plan and not out of your emotion. And that's why this is my next tip, is that you need to stick to your plan. That's the most important thing. That's why it has to be written down. No, it doesn't matter if you write it down in your phone. It doesn't matter if you write it in a notepad. It doesn't matter if you write it on an Excel sheet or a piece of paper. But you have to write it down so that when times get emotional, you have something to revert back to. Oh, I will only sell when I see a large red candle. Oh, I will only sell when I see it start to break down. Oh, I will only buy when I see a trend start to develop. Oh, I will only sell when I see uh, the fundamentals tell me that it's too expensive already, or the fundamentals tell me that it's not a good company anymore. And that's how you make money. You make money when you build a template that you can do and you can repeat over and over and over and over and over again. And a lot of people are saying, oh, ano mangyari? Na-hype na naman to, na people have been talking about it, kaya umakyat. You don't have to even listen to them. You just follow what your plan is. If the more you listen to the crowd, the more diluted your decisions will be. The more you listen to the crowd, the more uh, the more you won't trust yourself, the more you won't trust your analysis. And if there's one thing that I've been hammering also to all of you, is you need to build a conviction, because it's your conviction that's going to help you make money, not just now. Please remember, if you are 30 years old, if you're in almost my age, you're in mid 30s, and you live up until 80 or 90, that means you have 50 plus years of solid investing years in front of you. No one trade can destroy you. No one trade also can make you that rich, that you can have other trades also, that even if you make a mistake on this one, but you build your strategy, it's your strategy that will help you make money over a stretched period of time. So I don't know if this is something that you guys want to hear. No, this is, I don't know if this is something, this is not the most sexy type of talk or the sexy type of vlog, but I believe it's something that you guys need to hear. It's something that you guys need to know, because at such a time as this, it's your emotions that will tug you. It's your emotions that will push you to sell. It's your emotions that will tell you, oh, listen, tayo dyan. It's you who will listen to your friend and the crowd for you to make decisions. And I'm telling you, don't do it that way. The strength in all of this for you to make wealth that lasts is to build conviction in all of this. So I hope you guys are learning. Comment below if you're learning. Comment if this is something that's helping you. I don't know if this is something that appeals to a broad majority of people, but I'm gonna say it because it's what I believe is something that's needed right now. I believe that it's something that wherever you are, it's something that will help you also transcend and be better. And to those of you guys that this appeals to you, I believe that you'll be part of the 1%, you'll be part of the 10%, you'll be part of a small number of people who want to reach for their dreams and their goals and want to work hard, because it's never get rich quick, it's get rich right. And you need to fall in love with the process of growing wealth. Now, looking at the markets, what's so interesting about the markets today is basically from yesterday's video, markets dropped, and now we saw a rebound of the markets. And the thing about that, I just want to zero in is at the start we saw the market start to push up, then suddenly midstream we saw a bit of selling. We saw whatever gains at the start to simmer down. Then suddenly midday or at least mid market it started to rally again. Then final few minutes as what I've been saying, no, the largest volume will always be at the end. We saw boom, large spike up, bringing the PSEI much higher. So market was down yesterday, MM was up. Market is up today, MM is up also. Now tracking where we are, this was Double Dragon in 2014. As you can see, Double Dragon first day opened lower, closed higher. The closing price was the same as the highest point. Then the second day, gapped up, then opened lower, hit hit a high, then it started to retrace. For MM, this is how it is. As you can see, the chart patterns or the formations of the candlesticks are different already because for MM there was an expectation already that it was gonna go up. So its opening price was at 1.5 already, which was also the closing price, which was already the ceiling for the day. Then it just retraced at some point, retrace lower, then to close at a higher price. That's why this is how the candlestick looks like for it. Then second day, gapped up again, hit 2 pesos per share at the opening, at least close to 2 pesos. Then it started to retrace a bit. Some people started to profit take around the 1.9 peso level. So for those who were able to buy at 1.9, that means they're earning higher. They're earning higher. But anyways, from 1.9 close to 225, and that's why we have a large green candle. So as you notice it, the effect may be almost the same, large bullish moves, but the candlestick would basically is different. Now let's continue. Comment below if you're learning. Comment if this is something that's helping you, because I'm gonna continue. If this is something that you like, comment MM every day. So I'll make an update on MM based on what we're seeing here, based on all of this info and data that will help you also simmer everything. So the left side here, you're seeing MM on the first day on the IPO. Second part of the screen, you're seeing MM on the second day. So as you can see here, 50% up at 1.5. Then as you can see at the second part, 50% up at 2.25. Now here's what makes it more interesting. Yesterday, there were foreign funds that bought 32 million peso worth. Today, it dropped massively. Today, you just have 4.4 million pesos worth of foreign buying, which is all intents and purposes a very small amount already. And then you had foreigners sell at 2.2 million pesos. So you have a net foreign buy today at 2 million pesos. So to compare, yesterday you had 22 million foreign buying, which is also a small amount. Today's foreign buying again at 2 million. I don't know kung it's been part of our nature to always say foreign selling because we've just seen a slew of foreign selling over the past few months. But for MM, it's foreign buying, but lower already. First day, 22 million foreign buying. Then today, just 2 million pesos worth. So again, that's what I've been mentioning from the previous video. As I've mentioned from the previous video, this is a local play. There's more local uh, funds and retailers coming in, and this is more of also a retail play also than an insti play, no. But anyways, as you can see here for locals, you have 296 million pesos worth of buying, then 298 million worth of selling. So again, in terms of transactions, there's massively more retailers moving into this than than foreigners. Anyways, this is yesterday's transactions of, or at least the full depth order chart for Merrymart. You will see at the ceiling price yesterday, you had 4,781 orders at the bidding at the highest point, and you had 213,525,000 bid volume. Comparing it today, bid volume started to decrease because as you all know, as the prices go low higher, the bid volume also starts to become different. Orders though, as you compare it, there's a higher number of orders today at the highest point at 6,708. Bid volume is 156,173,000 at again the highest price. One thing I'd like to note is this. This is how Merrymart looked at the opening. It opened close to 2 pesos per share, as what I've mentioned when we were looking at the candlesticks. Then, just a few seconds after that, profit taking, or at least sellers took control for a bit, dropping the stock to 1.95. Then, to regain control just 6 minutes later, or 5+ minutes later, bringing it to 9:36 a.m., bringing the stock to the ceiling price at 2.25 pesos per share. And this is how a candlestick. This is how the candlestick would look like. No, if you would pin it. I think this is a 15-minute chart if I remember it properly. But this is how the first day looked like. This entire portion here is the first day. If you see it properly, the first portion is the first day. Then the second half of the chart is the second day. What I want to point out here is you see the intraday move. Then it stayed flat at 1.5. Then similar to the next day, opened at 2, dropped a bit, hit the low for the day, then boom, surge up 2.25, then it stayed the course at 2.25 pesos per share. Now, do I know where it will be, where it will go? The thing about that here is you don't have a trend yet, you don't have a range yet, and there's not enough indicators yet to give us a semblance from a technical analysis standpoint. What I can say though from all of this is buyers massively overwhelmed sellers, and from a candlestick perspective, this candle is a very, very bullish candle. So that's all we have right now from a tech standpoint. As you all know, and I've said this in the previous videos, and for those who read my books and attended the seminars, I've been saying that technical analysis is past prices plotted into charts. The thing about an IPO is you don't have a lot of past prices yet, and it makes it harder from a tech standpoint for you to decipher this. It becomes harder from a tech standpoint for you to be able to know the nitty gritty of this. No? And that's why it's nicer to look at charts when they have longer, when they've been in the market longer, because the past prices that you could reference on is much more cohesive. So from now, all I can say from this point in time is there was a gap up. That's one. Number two, large green bullish candle with a lot of volatility. So for tomorrow, let's see. So if there's one thing that you could template on, no, and I've been showing you this over the past videos, is I'll show this reference of Double Dragon and KPI later, but let's move on to the other things first. Comment below if you are learning. I have a couple of more slides to show you, and I'm just excited to share, all of these bits and pieces of information, because those that stay in up until the end, it just shows your hunger to actually learn more. And it's so interesting that my videos are relatively long, because I don't know, there's just so much to share about the markets. There's just so much wealth of information that, especially for those who are hungry to learn, there's so much that you can do for you to be able to build as much confidence as possible. Now, I want to talk about this. These are the buyers and sellers for the day. As you can see here, buyers call financial out of the stocks that have been bought, call weighed around 22%. PNB to 9%, Abacus 8, Unicap 7.99, Timson 6.68, First Metro Securities 5.67, Tower 4.31, AAA 3.87. Again, mostly local. If you look at it, call bought at 2.09, PNB 2.24, higher, Abacus 2.07, close to the open, Unicap 2.1, all of them are relatively close to the 2.1 area. Then PNB sold at 2.20, Timson 2.04, call 2.14, Abacus 2.03, Unicap 2.16, FMS 2.1294, Tower 2, HDI 2.17. If you look at it also, the large weights here, mostly foreign local brokers. Again, this is pretty much all intents and purposes a local play. Also, if you look at it, it's called who's the number one buyer and the number three seller. Again, mostly retail accounts. Anyways, this is the volume weighted. If you can see it here, majority of the volume happened during the opening. 32% of the trade happened at 2 pesos per share at the open. And then just to zoom in here, you will see, ay, naputol. Oops. Sayang. I wanted to show something sana after, no? But it showed the weight above and beyond the 2 peso mark. You will see a larger chunk at the 2.25 level where there was a close. So there. Anyways, as what I've mentioned, if you want to compare the charts, this is how Merrymart looked like first day and second day. If you compare it, this is where Double Dragon is. For Double Dragon on the third day, you saw it already start to consolidate at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least a screenshot that I'm showing you, it already moved sideways. It consolidated from that. If you want to use Kepwell as a template, third day still a large move up. Fourth day opened higher, as you can see it here, hit an all-time high, started to drop, retraced, and then closed lower than the opening price. So two different formats for Double Dragon. It consolidated on the third day. It did not drop anymore. But for Cape Kepwell, uh, third day it still continued to move up. Fourth day opened higher, all-time high, dropped lower, then closed around the 15 peso level, then it started to drop again. I don't know. No one has a crystal ball to figure out where Merrymart will be after this. But please, again, I said this over and over, don't follow your emotions. You need to have your plan when all of this is said and done. So I hope you guys got a lot from this. I hope this is something that helped you. I hope this is something that gave you enough information. No? But when the charts develop more, when we see more price action develop from a technical analysis standpoint, rest assured I'm going to show you more details from the chart as we see more of it. So I hope you guys got a lot from this. Just a quick plug. My books, 5 books, all in the description below. Online courses with Chinkee Tan, Stock Market for Everyone, Tagalog Stock Market courses below. Then Make Money, Grow Money with Sean Si is also in the description below. You can click all of that for you to be able to be part of this, or at least you for those who want to sign up. Then, if you're new, again, please subscribe, smash the bell so you get updated. Hit the like button. Then, for those who want to support my YouTube channel, I have a link there, Patreon. It's for those who want to be patrons and want to support the channel. Then I have other links for those who are asking. Daming tatanong, anong mic gamit mo? So, link is down below also for the mics, cameras, lights, etc. Everything that I use. Then some of the VPN that I use, the scanners that I use, everything else in between. Link is in the description below. So that's it for now. Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.